just going to see if my other screen will work today. Looks like yes, it will. Okay, good. Okay. So, hi, Robin. How are you?
Good, Danielle, and how are you?
Good. So we decided to do it a little bit earlier now, so that we can get other people from around the world on here as well. So hopefully that because we're a little bit late, hopefully they haven't left or they'll come back. Hopefully they'll see that we're on now. Because I got some requests last week about Canada, about what's happening in Canada, and let me just check. It was Canada, and there was one about, I'm pretty sure, Brazil, and there was something else too. Let me just check the comments on the other one, because there was something else. Brazil, Canada, Europe. I have already received a little bit more information about, but what I was going to do is use some cards for those countries as well. Because last night I had to go and sort of check a little bit what I'm seeing. And it's so we've got a person from New York. And let me see, any Canada. Yeah, I would really, yeah, the crypto I would still invest in for sure, especially in a couple of years. We're going to need crypto. So crypto is not going away. I can't find now. Anyway, I'm pretty sure those things. If anyone that's listed on those questions there, if you're here, just put them up and we will look at them today. If you are watching this live, and you didn't make it on, but you still want to know what's happening in your country or where you are, just put it in the comment section and we'll address those in the next live. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do more lives on my YouTube channel simply because I do want to build it up. I do want to get out there more. And when we have Facebook, we seem to get a lot of there's always scammers on Facebook too, but I seem to reach out more people when I'm on YouTube here. So I will be doing some more lives. So just don't forget to subscribe to my channel, put the notifications on, and so you get all the news and everything that where I am. And don't forget to follow me on my socials. We've got Facebook, Instagram, and I'm also now on TikTok. So I do a lot more little videos on TikTok too. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go with Canada. I want to do some cards of Canada. Because I don't know what's actually going on in Canada. Because we're in Australia. I'm in Sydney. So it's actually 1 o'clock, 1:08 now in Sydney. So it's daytime. After this live, I'm going to do my daily walk because that's what we tend to do now. We're in lockdown and it's getting a lot worse with this government. But anyways, it's not the best here. But it's all part of the show. It's all part of what they're doing around the world. So I really believe like they're all in this together. So I don't believe that there's one country to blame. I feel like they're all in it together. But what I do see Canada, I do see there is a parting. So I do see people on a fence. I feel like there's a I don't know if the protest happening out there now or coming up. I see a protest, but I see there's two sides, and I feel like there are going to be people jumping the fence. So people that sort of believe in one thing are going to jump the fence and go on the other one. And when I say that, I feel like more like the people who are going to more waking up, who are more maybe pro what's going on, pro with like stuff in the arm, and they're jumping the fence. I also feel like there's something going on with your government too. I feel like that there's going to be some sort of like changing government as well. Things are not, I'm going to say things there aren't all as it seems. So I really feel like it's not all as it seems. And even though there's this thing going on, and I'm really starting to believe that there's a really an undercover story what's going on. That this is going to be doing around the world. So I'm talking because I do feel like, as I've spoken before, I do feel like war is coming. And even when you notice now America and now like Australia, we're all pulling out of Afghanistan. My mum was talking about it this morning. She was a bit upset because, we need to help people. But I said to her, it's very quite clear, the underlying thing, they're getting ready for what's coming up. So I really feel like what's coming up, they're all preparing for this as well. Because it's going to be like the coronavirus thing. It's going to go, that wave will go. We've got to deal with the vaccine. But then we've got straight after it or coming in with it, we've got this war energy or whatever that's going to start also coming up. I just really feel like they're getting ready for that. All right, let me just do some cards here for Canada. Okay. All right, let's have a see what I can get here for you. I'm doing my card chart, just see how I would usually give a reading out to people quickly. Okay. There's something new coming in there to Canada. There's something new, and everyone's waiting on this new thing to come in. So I don't know if it's like as I say, I do feel like it could be changing government. So it could be like the new government that you're wanting to come into as well. I do feel like there's a separation of ties. So there's some sort of separation as well. This is going to be in relationships. So this could be to do with relationships, or maybe allies or countries, or could do with trade. Because I'm doing this as a country, so I've got to think of like in terms of country, not a particular person. As well, I do feel like travel for you, like everywhere else, it's sort of closed, it's banned. There's something, it could be the ties with Europe. I don't know if you guys have ties with Europe or something about Europe with you guys, but there could be, I think, a sliver of the ties with that as well. And in terms of you guys are trying to look to the future and they're pairing up. But again, I see there's things like, so we're looking at career now, so what's going in the country and how you guys are going further. Everything's not revealed. People are, there's an underlining thing here. It's not everything is seen where your governments and where you're going career wise, or where they're trying to take you. It's not, you guys can't see it yet, and everything hasn't been revealed, and everyone's trying to catch up. Okay, everyone's trying to really try and catch up as well. But in saying that, in terms of economics, I feel like it is going to get better. It will improve. But it's going to be a big thing that happens with that. It's like this big undercurrent, this big thing that just comes up with that as well. But there's a lot of infighting there. I feel like there's a lot of confusion there where you are. No one's knowing where to go. But next year, there's going to be this big bang change happen, and it's going to set you guys on a new course and a new path as well. There's a lot of emotion going on inside, turbulence going on inside I'm going to say family, so inside the country. But you guys need to support each other, and you guys need to support your neighbors, so friends around you, so other countries. You guys also need to learn how to support them as well. What do you get for what do you guys get for them, Robin?
Canada.
Canada.
I feel this one applies to quite a lot of countries. I've drawn a card called the Magical Shapeshifter. I feel that governments at the moment, not just Canada, are not revealing the exact truth of what's going on. So I feel that one day they'll say, like yesterday they would have said one thing, today they're saying something different. So I feel there's a purpose or an agenda in them doing that. But I feel that we all have to look at the details of what's going on and investigate a little more as to what the situation is for all of us. We need to protect what's ours. We need to protect our own health, our own sanity, and our own countries. Not in a violent way, but I mean, we're treasures, our countries are treasures. I feel that at the moment, everything's being undermined with a lot of confusion. What's coming is we're going to learn how to balance things a lot better, and governments as well. And I feel that in Canada in particular, there is a division at the moment, which I feel will change within the next few months, so that there'll be a better balancing act amongst the different provinces I'm getting. And in doing so, the whole country will come back to life. The restrictions will be eased. There'll be new beginnings.
Is there a lockdown in Canada? Because I was getting it last night too, that they're in jail or there's some sort of restriction there. So are they in lockdown? If anyone's listening from Canada and you can comment, can you tell me? Because I feel like you guys are you're in lockdown, or there's some sort of big restrictions there. Do you know, Robin?
No, I'll just have a look now.
Because I tried looking last night, but I saw they were mandating vaccines. They're trying to mandate vaccines. I just want to say to everyone, don't worry about them trying to mandate the vaccines. Look, it didn't go well for Nazi Germany, and it's not going to go well now. Where the astrology is, it's a similar energy for where we had World War II. So I really feel like it's not. I feel like there's going to be. They're going to not. They can't mandate this, and if they are in your country, look at your rules, look at your constitution. So even for people in Australia watching, in our constitution, it does clearly state that no one cannot interfere with our health or any health, any what do you call any health procedures, and that would include employers because it's your own body, and that law overrides any state law. It is the because and even the Governor General's on the other night saying that they cannot mandate it. So don't worry about that. You just need to stand your ground and say to them it's in the Constitution. Are they on? Because I tried playing last night, I couldn't really see it. Oh, Missy. Sorry, everyone. I do have a cat, and she does tend to like to come and be with me in my lives or my computer. And you're not. I can't see. See, I have a cat. She's my little friend, Misty.
I can't say that they're in lockdown, but they did have a very long lockdown.
Because I feel like I don't know when anyone's coming up for them. I just feel like they're in jail. They're in jail. They're stuck.
Yeah, I feel they're overprotecting something at the moment. Well, the government is. It's not necessary.
But they are feeling. I feel like the people up there are feeling very deflated as well. But there's something new coming in, and I'm going to say I feel like it's going to be a new government, new prime minister. There's something new, and there's something dreamy in terms of health. They're very dreamy. People can't see dreamy. So dreamy atmosphere that's going on. Okay, let's move on to let's move on to Brazil, because Brazil's interesting. Whenever I've been thinking about Brazil, I just keep on seeing Bill Gates, our friend Bill Gates. And then I looked up last night, I started Googling, and I was like, is there a link to Bill Gates in Brazil? And funnily enough, there was. So I actually got on the his foundation with his wife. They actually have got something up they're doing in Brazil. Now, I don't trust this man. And if you guys need to watch I did his chart in my YouTube channel. If you want to go and watch that, I did that. I actually looked at his chart. What he's trying to do, he will not get away with. So that's why I say all this vaccine thing, it will not go through simply because he has big ties to this. And I shouldn't have said vaccine, but anyway, hopefully they get pulled out. Because he has Chiron coming to his 10th house. Chiron is pain. The 10th house is the career. So he's going to have a not good time. That's why I don't feel like his ultimate goal is not going to be reached. But I want to go to Brazil, and even like Portugal. Portugal, I feel like there's going to be a big natural disaster happens there. I don't know. Is there a volcano there in Portugal? Do you know, Robin?
A volcano area? I don't think so.
Volcano? I feel like there's a big disaster coming in Portugal. Okay, let's have a look. Brazil. Okay, my cards.
Earthquakes. They're in an earthquake zone.
They're earthquakes.
Yeah.
See, and I can see people running, and they're running away from something there. So I can see that. All right. Okay, so we're doing Brazil. So Brazil, I feel like is look. I don't know again, not much. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I don't know much in terms of world and some what I see and what I pick up. But what I do see is that money is being hidden. So I feel like maybe it's the government, banks, I don't know. But there's people hiding, or the government would have to act as a government, would be hiding money there as well. And at the moment, it's like, I don't know if they're crying poor or if they're like if you guys have had a downfall in economics, whatever. But I feel like whatever's going on, all is not lost there, because there is money to be gained. There is something coming up. You guys will get your money again, because I feel like there's been money hidden in a safe place for that as well. There's a bit of a fight going on in there, infighting that's going on. And I feel like there's new treaties made. New treaties, new laws made up, new things being signed as well. And I am looking at, you guys, in terms of prospects career, I feel like there's going to be a real building coming on, a new. It's like everything at the moment, I feel like is being sort of destroyed, being down, but there's a rebuild going on too. And also, even like I don't know about religion in there, but I feel like possibly there's something going on with religion, but there's a new building of structure, a new way in terms of how your economics and stability in where you guys are going in from around the world. You guys are trying to look for alternate. I'm going to say in terms of medication, there's an alternate medication that's going to start to come into you guys there, and I feel like that's going to help you a lot too. Coming in, it's I feel like was a lot of fighting intern. This Bill Gates guy, he will get pushed out. I feel like you guys, the government there is going to realize, open their eyes, and they're going to push him out. Like I said, I don't feel like things are going to work well for that thing. But in terms of the country internally, you guys will come back together again, and you're going to go into a new prosperous. Internally, the seed's been planted for you guys to then come around and come back together again. Okay. In terms of relationships, you guys are looking for. I'm going to say you are looking for new allies, new relationships to form. And I'm going to say that you will form them with the people who you least expect that you would form these relationships with as well. You guys are looking back at the past, so maybe old partnerships that you had, old alliances that you had with other countries, but the ones that you are going to form, once you get over this fighting that's happening now, once these new things that get signed and the seeds start to get planted, it will. 2026 is standing out to me. It's so far ahead. Next year, there's going to be more of a slump, but by the end of next year, you're going to come back up again. But I will feel like Bill Gates is going to start coming out. If you guys want to start putting comments down, please also put comments in our chat too. Robin, what do you get from Brazil?
Okay, Brazil's been used for a long time as a testing place for the vaccines and so forth. And I feel that there's a lot of chaos. A lot of people are feeling very lost. Certain parts of Brazil, especially Sao Paulo, are turning into ghost lands. There are so many people sick. There are so many people living in poverty that it's becoming.
So I have. So sorry. So I have heard that the virus was big there. It was big, but look, now that I see.
I have a friend who's a doctor there.
Okay. So for my person, I guess my what I see in the astrology and what I see, what I get, I don't really believe in this virus. I believe that yes, people are getting sick, but in Brazil's case, and especially the Bill Gates, I feel like there's something in the water. Like he's done something to get people sick. Like if it's the water, maybe it's the testing. I don't know what he's done. The testing, I don't know. But I feel like he's the problem. You pull him out, things are going to get better. Go on, Robin. Sorry.
That's okay. I feel that a lot of people are starting to think very deeply about what's been happening, especially the major divisions between the rich and the poor there. And I feel that things are going to start changing, and people will realise that after all, we're all human beings. It doesn't matter how much money you've got or how much money you don't have. I feel that the wealthy in Brazil are some of the wealthiest in the world, and I feel that's going to change, and they're going to start sharing. I feel that there'll be a lot more compassion and a lot more help towards their fellow human beings. And I do feel the government will change there as well. And I feel the government will be for all the people, not for just part of the people.
Yeah, I agree.
And I pulled the same card again, came out, coming to life. So I feel there's going to be a lot of unity and a lot of
in terms of economics, they are moving away from this. They are moving away from this sort of dead thing, but they are going through something new, something better that is coming in. Who knows? With what's going on, they might profit from the war that I see. Who knows? Or the turmoil that I see. Okay. Remember, guys.
Well, it could be. I mean, war can take many scenarios, and it's not necessarily weapons. It can be a war of words. It can be a war of power without actually having to kill your fellow human beings.
No, I see big war. I do see World War III coming. It's World War III that I see. Coming. All right, Europe. Now, what I do see with Europe, okay. Now I'm thinking it's Europe. I had to sort of look last night, right? But the first people actually got this. So I keep on saying that and I really feel like next month is going to be a really big month. Astrology-wise, we've got this square coming with Uranus and Saturn is going to form again, and it's really going to put us into impact next month. Now, I still feel like we're going to hear something negative about the thing on the arm. And I really feel like that where the first ones were taking place, where they first got it, and I feel like that might be in Europe or that part of the world, the center part of the world. I'm seeing little triggers go off, little triggers. So it's like a timing thing, and I feel like it's going to start triggering everywhere. So I feel like what I'm seeing is maybe because then I'm seeing people scratch their arms. I'm feeling people are sort of scratching out, breaking, getting rashes or breaking. So I feel like some sort of long-term adverse reaction is going to start coming out. I feel like that's next month. So I really feel like that's going to be starting up. With Europe, I actually see it breaking. So I feel like that European Union, I feel like it's going to start breaking up and breaking ties. It's like a shattering effect that's happening there. And everyone's going their own ways. But I see a lot of chaos, there's a lot of chaos in there. Especially with what's going on in France. I feel like everyone around there is looking at France to see what's happening and to see whether or not they will want to try the same thing. I feel like they might be sort of retreating. So I really feel like by November they're going to stop this passport business. Like November, they're sort of going to stop it. I really feel like they are. I don't feel like it's going to work out for them. But I do see people. There's people people coming out in the streets. It's going to get more angry and everything there too. People are not going to take this lying down. And people are jumping sides, and they will wake up as well for Europe. But I do feel like that's like a shattering effect that's happening there. That's like little things going off, which I think could be the effects of the jab that's happening there as well. The revolution is going to come, and let's say around the world, all our governments are going to change. Pluto in Capricorn, especially the Empire, we're going to now start seeing the effects of that, and our governments will change. The way everything's run, the systems are going to change. We're going to have a new system coming in place. Robin, for Europe, and then we'll start taking questions. So everyone, please put up your questions. If you want to know something, if you want us to answer your questions, please put it up as well.
Okay. I feel that a lot of people in the European Union are starting to look at the old ways, and I feel that they're going to be taking what's good from the old ways and reintroducing them. I feel that a lot of people are dissatisfied with what's happening. They like some of what's happening in the European Union, but not all of it. I feel that there'll be a time where people will just do nothing. They will just go, right, we're not going to pay any attention to what's going on. We'll just, I suppose, meditate, consider, maybe withdraw from participation in a lot of activities, especially around politics and government rules, but not in the respect that it's going to be a revolution, but more that they're just going to go, well, I've had enough. During that period, they'll be looking at what is good and what isn't good, and what is suitable for their countries and their own individual needs. I feel that they'll be looking more closely at their own countries rather than looking at collectively as part of the European Union. And I feel that a lot of really good changes will happen, and what people have been dreaming about with regards to peace and so forth will eventually happen, but it might take 3 years
to happen. I don't know. We're in for, I think, since 2024, 25, we're into some more stuff that's going to happen. It's like a wave after a wave. But I know, there's some cards. I do feel like that European Union is going to break up. I see it shattering, so I feel like it is going to break up. I've got the death card, and it's about walking away from it. I feel like this is the Pope. I feel like he's in hiding. Just hiding. Because everyone's looking at that faith or that religion to get it. because I just feel I'm getting this new thing coming, there's new phases. They're running away from the old and coming into a new. Just with my astrology, I do feel like it's going to be a revolution. Just with the astrology, just what it says. But it's like pushing onto something new, and everyone's like they're taking their money and going. They're leading the blind. Everyone's a bit blinded by what's going on too. They're leading the blind. Everyone's blind. They can't really see what's going on. It's a bit of a panic. But again, they're going to come through. I guess we're all trying to look again about something new coming in. There is something new going to come in there as well. It's very hard, you know. Oh, good, we got questions. Very hard. Very hard.
For each country so far, or each like European Union, multitude of companies, this card keeps coming out.
Just hold it up for me. No. I don't want to see the picture. I don't want to see the words. I just want to see the card. I don't look at the words. I look at the card. Over more area. Okay. That card to me indicates that something big is going to happen, like a bomb explosion effect as well. And it's going to happen underneath, so people aren't going to expect it coming in. There's like it's sort of like on the iceberg. You see that big thing, like an iceberg on top, but you don't see what's on at the bottom. It's like bigger on the bottom. So it's underneath. Something's happening underneath. It's coming up. And also, to me, with this card, is about a new beginning, new light. The light's coming in, which will again get rid of all the darkness coming up.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. That card has come out each time I've drawn cards.
Okay, so we've got a question here. It says, hi, I'm from Maria Rest. So hello, welcome. And then we've got another one too. So hello. So sorry I can't pronounce your name. I'm not very good at pronouncing names.
Mara?
Yeah. So hi, ladies. Do you see Australia's international borders opening up mid next year? I mean, we need some cards. I mean, want to travel. I don't think we're going to be able to travel just yet. Maybe 2024, possibly. Like my father went and got that thing there because like he thinks he's going to go on a cruise next year. I tell him, I'll bet you $1,000. You ain't going on your damn cruise. Not happening. Okay, so we'll have some cards in this and see when is Australia's borders going to start opening up. That's where we really are dying to get off this island, me included. I just want to go somewhere at the moment. I just want to go somewhere different. I think I'm going to put a wedge in where I go walking. Okay, so we're looking at that. Okay. Look, we will travel again, okay? It will happen. At the moment, we're looking at the rest of the world and seeing what's happening there. But we're at the same time, you know, we're going around in circles about how we're going to go. For it to be clearly open and for us to clearly go on this journey, because at the moment we are stuck. We are sort of tied here. 2024, maybe 2025, possibly, of when we can do this. Because I do feel like there's things that are coming up first where we've got to do as well. And if they come, if what I'm right, we're not going to be able to travel just yet. But definitely we will. Will we be able to travel next year? I'm fearing a no. I don't think we're going to be able to next year. Although in saying that, I do feel like we're going to have more bubbles opening up. Possibly next year, I'm going to say possibly we've got the bubbles, those travel bubbles, like with New Zealand coming back up again. Maybe with Singapore even, or with even like those other smaller ones. Thank you, really. So possibly I feel like that might happen next year, like smaller trips. But in terms of going to Europe and that, I really feel like before we can go too far, everything around the world is going to crumble first before we can go up and go there. And I feel like that's going to be more mid-25. It's a hard one. What do you feel, Robin?
I don't feel that the borders are opening for quite a while. As long as we have the rules and regulations and the government the borders will not open. I feel that people are dying to have some sort of freedom, not literally dying, but generally the intention is people would love not to be in lockdown for so long. Unfortunately, that's the rules and they're not changing in the immediate future. I feel that we all have to live with the way it is at the moment, but it will change. And I don't feel there'll be much change until the middle of next year. And I don't feel that we'll be going cruising or going to Europe or anywhere like that. I don't feel that that will be possible. But I do feel that Australia is going to be locked down even more than what it is now, which is
More? How much more can we get?
well, that's what I mean. Yeah, and I feel then the people are all going to say, we've had enough. This is not how life should be. So I feel there'll be a lot of changes internally, which after that, then we'll start to open up more. But I feel in the meantime, everybody will, or not everybody, but a lot of people will comply with the rules that are in existence at the moment until they go, I've had enough.
That's not too far away, though. It's already getting that now. People are already getting enough of it now.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
People are already fighting back now.
Yeah. I just feel that it will become... At the moment, there feels to be a situation of sort of them and us and two sides, I'm for, I'm against type of thing. But I feel that people will come together a lot more and things will start to change.
Yeah.
But no, international borders are not opening up very quickly at all from this country.
Maybe 2023 even. I'm going to say maybe in 2023, possibly, of coming up. But in terms of being fully open, you're looking at mid-2020s, like mid, I feel like, for everything else. But I'm even saying maybe 2023 even as well. And like I say, we've got waves. It's like waves thing coming up, okay? And even astrological rise, I mean, next year we've got the conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune coming up as well, which is, I don't think is going to be that great. More delusional, could be like delusional, something coming up. With that, I've got to go back in time. I'm gonna do more research on my astrology to go back in past transits to see what happened when certain things happened, and try and sort of gather it around.
Yeah, I feel a lot of people are complying at the moment, but a lot of those people are going to start to wake up and go, well, gee, let's have a look at what's happening and is this right, is it wrong? Rather than just...
Look, I know for
later.
In terms of my astrology, I know for sure that right now to the end of the year, we're going to have a battle because we're going to have people waking up more. We are going to have people fighting for our freedoms. We are going to get our freedom a little bit back this year, I do believe. But next year, coming into when Jupiter goes into Aries, people are going to start. That's when things are going to really start ramping up. I feel like in terms of fighting, because it's going to be I'm important. Like in Aries is like I'm important. Very, very important people. Be argumentative. So that's when things are really going to start. And when war energy, Aries brings on war as well. So that's next year, coming around May, June next year, at the beginning of that. So I don't feel like we have much more to go of this virus, because I just feel like I say it's going to be, you won't hear about it because the thing here is going to stuff them up completely. I will say that.
What do you think of the UK?
The UK?
Yeah, we haven't covered that at all.
Oh, okay. I covered it a little bit last time. Okay.
No, I mean this time we haven't.
Okay. All right.
Because they're not part of Europe anymore.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's going to break, because they came out of that for a reason. And you notice that France is the only one that's kind of that rule. That's what I'm saying. Something's not right. That's why I say the European Union is going to break up. That's why I say, and I feel like I keep on seeing shattering. All right, UK. I love the Queen. Everyone who knows me knows I'm a big royalist. I love the Queen. I'm not a fan of Prince Charles, but not a fan of Harry either. But I love William. I love the Queen. I know I shouldn't be saying this, but I do have a soft spot also for one of the other royals that's in hot water. Because what I see with Prince Andrew, and I did say before one of my videos, I also said that Fergie would come out in support of him, and she did last week, just before this case. Obviously that she knew and it came out, and I'd said in one of my other, I think my very early videos, I had mentioned that was going to happen, and it did happen last week. Now coming up, especially with that court case with him, look, it's okay. And anyone got any questions, please put them up. Please, we'll cover them. I do feel like Prince Andrew, I don't feel like he's got much to worry about. I feel like it's a bit like Phil with him with this. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't support any bad behavior and any man that does anything to a woman. I find it's disgraceful and it's disgusting. However, I do find with this lady, I don't believe that she's telling the full truth. I do feel like she's a bit of a trickster. I do feel like she's a manipulator, and I do feel like she plays men. And I feel like that she has played men in the past. And I feel like that she needs or wanting money. And I find it very interesting the fact that she had to travel to America when she was living in Australia, which is something that none of us could really do. So I do feel like her lies, I feel like it is going to be found out a bit with this. Yes, she had links with that guy that committed suicide. What's his name again? That bad guy, the guy, I forget his name after his girlfriend. I should know his name because he's
Epstein.
That's it. But I feel like she was part of the game and she was part of the plan, and she also did things that she morally wasn't the best thing to do as well. Now, in saying that, I'm not going to say Prince Andrew's golden child and that he's completely hands free of this. However, I do feel like that stuff that did happen, but I do feel like it was consensual. Now, in terms of also what's happening with the royal family, as I said before, I do feel like that child will not get the crown. I feel like it's going to be William next that gets this crown. And I do feel like him stepping up, and I have seen him doing more of that, which I have predicted as well in my other videos, that he's stepping up more to getting ready to take over. I feel like the thing with Charles is Camilla. She has really ruined his chance of ever becoming king. With that, the Queen, I feel like the Queen is at the moment is a very happy lady. I feel like haven't seen her this happy in years. And I feel like she's going to be around a little bit longer. I don't feel like she's going to get rid of her yet until at least 2026. I feel like she's going to be at least here for a while yet. She's not ready to leave us just yet, which is great because I really want to meet the Queen. I want to be able to go to Europe one day to meet her. Fingers crossed. Maybe. But as a country, as a nation, I feel like they are going to be a strong nation. In terms of the thing when everything gets revealed, when because I say they are still all that side of the world were one of the ones first to bring in that thing, and they've now got everyone jabbed. When things start really tumbling down a hill, but I feel like they've already got their stuff in place in order to save certain people as well. But in saying that, I do feel like they are going to survive this as well. They are going to get more prosperous, and I think that's because of the Queen. That's because the royal family is in the royal family is in the England's best interest. I will say that. Without them, they would be in a completely dire straits. Without the royal family, I will say that. That's what I will feel like. But I don't see the royal family going just yet. I feel like they're there to stay longer. I don't feel like that's changing at the moment. And what else? That the Prime Minister, I feel like is going to be kicked out. I feel like he's going to get the boot out as well. And there's a female coming up into power in there. Female, I'm going to say she's a very strong female, kind of like a Margaret Thatcher, like a very strong female coming into their parliament too. We haven't seen her before yet. Also coming in 2023, maybe. I don't know when they're due for elections and that there. What do you say, Robin?
Okay, I can see all the countries in the UK coming together. I can see the Republic of Ireland. I can also see Scotland agreeing as well. I feel that they'll all join together for a common purpose. There'll be a number of negotiations which will enable them all to work together as one body. And that will achieve a lot of positive things in the UK. There could be a change of leader, and this coming together will be responsible for that. After they achieve what they need to achieve, which will be more unity throughout the UK, they will come apart again. The Republic of Ireland will be they're already independent, but their leaders will join together with the leaders in the UK. Scotland will also retreat. Scotland disagrees with the British in a lot of instances, and I feel that there's a possibility they'll become a separate country. I feel that whilst that is all happening, all the people will be coming together in unity to try and solve the problems throughout the UK. And I feel that that will be possible, but there is a stumbling block where there are a lot of, I don't know, secrets and things that have been going on that shouldn't have been going on, but they're going to be revealed through this unification of every country in the UK. So there'll be a lot of healing in the UK. There'll be a lot of coming together of people who previously disagreed with each other. And I feel there'll be a massive decrease in racism.
Is there there? I think there was anything there, like there wasn't those big problems there.
Oh, yes, there are. I feel that the whole country will unify, but Ireland will retain its independence.
But isn't Ireland part? I'm sorry, don't know what. Isn't Ireland Ireland's part of England?
No, there's the Republic of Ireland, and then there's Ireland.
Oh, two different things.
Ireland's divided into two countries.
Oh, okay. So you see Scotland going off as well?
Yeah, Scotland doesn't really want to be part of the UK. So I can feel that will actually happen.
Okay. When the question will come out, they'll question. But I don't know. For Scotland, no, I feel like Scotland's going to stay. I mean, I feel like they will stay. I don't feel like anything's, no way. I don't feel like the English monarch is going to lose any of the countries. That's just what I feel.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just feel that they'll come together for a while and then separate.
I don't know. Well, we'll see on that one. We'll see on that one. See what happens.
I mean, Ireland's definitely separate, but
well, the other party. So you're talking about the other party, not the part that I know of. There's still one part of it's in being part of England.
Yeah, part of Ireland's part of England, and the other part's a republic.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we go on here. Do you see any interventions that change society, like cell phones or computers? Using technology. Problem is that we've got Saturn in Aquarius. We're going to cause problems with our technology and inventions like that. In saying that, in the future, everything will be more technology based because we are going to the age of Aquarius. So yes, I do see things changing. So what I'm seeing now is like so right now we know we work from home, but in the future, I don't know how far this is going to go in the future. But it's like while you're walking and doing, running, you'll be able to type and do things as you're doing it. Like sort of this device sort of moves with you. I know that sounds really far fetched and really thin, but I do see that coming up, and I think that's going to be really big in the future. So hello, William. So you're from
Botswana.
Oh wow. So hello. So you should do my live, but you should be doing my lives later at our night here, where it's like 9 o'clock at night here. So I thought we'd do it in the day because people were commenting saying that time was too late or too early for them. So I was hoping in the middle of our day here was more people in the world could watch our lives. Now let's have a look and see. Show me technology, science to come. Look, science is going to crack the code. More stuff about DNA is going to come up. I feel like more genetically defined stuff is going to start coming up as well. In terms of technology, as I said, I do feel like we're going to be able to move with technology, as in terms of work and be on the go, walking that way. I feel like office spaces and will sort of be more obsolete. Like we won't need as many office spaces as more. The trend is going to be working from home more and doing more things away. Segregation. I feel like that in terms, people are going to listen more to science after this whole stuff with this thing and everything else, people are going to be waking up more and listen to the scientists that want to speak out more. People are going to be waking up a lot more as well. And I feel like they're working, as I said before my other videos, they are working on stuff now to counteract this. They are, I feel like they are doing that as well. And technology will go far and wide, but it's going to get a bit icy because I feel like we're going to want to, some of us are going to retract a bit more and go more to the what we like. But I do see advances, but it's going to go crazy. And I think 2030s, we're going to see things going crazy because I feel like we're going to be like cars that hover as well. I do feel like that will come up, but that's going to be like 2030, far more advanced than now. What about you, Robin?
I think you've covered it all.
Okay. Is that what you see? Do you get?
No, I see exactly what you're saying. It's just going to get more and more advanced. But I feel that we'll come to a stage where, or society will come to a stage where we'll actually have retreats that are away from technology.
Okay, so we got one from Millian. He's got, do you see stability happening in South Africa, impacting on South Africa, Southern Africa region? Now, as I say, I've not traveled the world that much. I'm in Australia, in Sydney, so I can tell you what I get. Okay, so it's I know from people that I know that's from South Africa that it's very much divided. It's a very, I guess, racial plays a part as well in the South Africa region as well. I don't see that changing just yet. I feel like there is a lot of corrupt things that go on there too, under table dealings as well. And it's almost like whoever gives the government the most money, they will let them and have more, I guess, rights or things in them. Again, with their illness there, I really feel like something's been put in water. So where we've got these countries where they're not as, say, richer countries, or I guess there's more conflict in certain countries. And I feel like you got someone like Bill Gates, these people that are not very nice. And I keep on seeing water, even like India, I feel like something's in the water, and that's the reason why people are getting sick. Because I don't feel like it's this big bad flu, like you know what, that's doing it. So I feel like people are they will build antibodies, but there's a lot of testing going on there with them as well. You know what I feel like is going to happen is that the minorities and people are going to get sick, especially like mothers that are going to stand up, and everyone's going to take notice of them, and it's going to be an internal battle that's going to happen there. But in the end, they're going to end up winning, and you're going to go to it's going to be more of a simple life, and people are going to live the way they want to live, where it's going to be more about nature, more simple. I do feel like something about animals there. I'm a big animal lover, so I do feel like there's going to be more about saving the animals and preserving them there as well. So I feel like more areas going to be protected there too, and they're going to nurture them. And I feel like in years to come, and I'm going future with this, but I feel like in years to come that South Africa will be a country that people will want to travel to and have these really good experiences with animals. Because I mean, every night at the moment, I would love to go there and see the animals, but I'm a big hesitant to go there myself in terms of safety. But I do feel like that's going to turn around and change. But in order for this to happen, I feel like the government that's there, really needs to be changed and not accept handouts from people who wanted to experiment and do things that aren't going to be good for the people as well. What do you see, Robin?
I feel there's going to be a lot of healing in Southern Africa and in South Africa itself as well. I feel that they've come a long way, but they've got a lot further to go. And I feel that there will be changes. The changes will be positive, but there'll be a certain sadness on what's happened in the past. There'll be I feel there'll be some people coming, whether they be internally or not, who are totally unexpected, who will change everything in South Africa and Southern African region. There'll be a peacefulness that has never existed before throughout the whole of society, and that's it doesn't matter what colour your skin is, there'll be the peacefulness will exist, and people will interact in ways that no one thought was possible. I feel that there'll be joint government, there'll be joint, so many things will be joint, and it will not depend on race, and no one will go, well, okay, my origins are this, your origins are that, so therefore we have different opinions. It'll be a coming together of all the people of the Southern African region. It'll take a little bit of work, a lot of work, for them to agree, but it'll come to the point where they'll agree to disagree in some areas, and they will realise that the people that are going to benefit are the whole population, not just a select few. So I feel that I'm looking at 10 years.
Yeah.
But I do feel that the whole of South Africa, including the Southern African region, going through a period of healing. It mightn't seem like it, but it is.
I feel like they're going to reunite. I feel like there's going to be a big uniting coming back late 2000, and we're going to the 30-ish. Until then, there's a lot of greed. I think people with power and money are controlling things, and a lot of greed, and they're not really caring much about the people, and that's a shame. And while they're letting people doing things on younger people and things going on, unless someone steps in, which won't be until later, will that change?
And the resentment will change too. The resentment for what was. People will go through a stage of grief and then start looking at the future more rather than what happened in the past, which in itself is pretty horrible. But
yeah, I mean, we've all got past. Every country has a past that's not the best in some sort of time. Even England, when Bloody Mary was in power, a lot of people died during that reign of hers. To do religion. Okay.
What's the card? The Southern African region.
It's not clear. Turn it back a minute. It's not clear for me. You're not clear. You're a bit blurry on my screen.
It's a fairly blurry card.
Hang on.
Is that better?
To me, that card is about temple. To me, that card's to religion, faith, and spirituality. And to me, that card is also, it's the old is dying. So the old way they got there is dying, and it's a new way emerging up. But it's also a form of spirituality too that's coming up about that. A new age, or maybe like a new temple is going to be built, or they're going to actually, you know what I feel is going to happen? They're going to find a new temple, some sort of old spiritual way, spiritual awakening. Might be found like in the Congo area where they haven't traveled before. Yeah. So, do you have any more questions? Anyone? We've got more questions coming up. Oh, here. So we got William's got this is an awesome.
You're welcome, William.
Awesome news. South Africa region is beautiful and has great potential. There is hope. Yeah, there's always hope. There's always hope. Even though I have hope with everything that's going on now, I've got a lot of hope. If anyone got any other questions, please put it up. And yeah, please put up if we've got any other questions that are coming up on. So we'll add some more questions. If you've got any there, we'll give everyone a few minutes to put things up into place. I'm actually doing an astrology course. So I actually follow Leo King. He's a really good astrologer. I'm actually doing his course at the moment. So I'm hoping to do that to learn more and to do more predictions using astrology as well. I mean, I tend to get things anyway. I do get some predictions that he gets or feels things as well. But here we go.
Botswana.
Botswana is very spiritual. Where is Botswana? Is it in South Africa? I know it sounds stupid, but I just don't know. I'm not very good with my geography. Wasn't one of my best subjects.
Botswana is in Africa.
Okay, yeah. Okay, do you see
internment camps?
Oh, I see internment camps. Look, I see vamps. Okay, look. What are the internment camps? You mean like as in the World War II camps? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Look, I have been seeing a while, and what I've been seeing is like white tents, but it's like a medical tent. But I see these are for people who camp. So, and I do see these for people who have received thing in the arm, because I really feel like that this is like a ticking time bomb. It is only a emergency approved, you know what, and I just feel like it's a matter of time before a lot of people are going to, what it's going to do to people. It's going to come out, and it's this in fact the spike protein, whatever is in these things, it's going to come out. Oh, okay, in South Africa, cool. So I am seeing that does come up. However, at the moment, what I'm seeing is for people who've had that to go in it, but they're in there to get medical help and medical attention. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are going to need some sort of medical help because of this.
No, internment means they'll be herded in there as it's sort of like a mini prison.
Yeah, but in terms of
It's
tents,
not for medical help.
I know what you're saying, but what I'm seeing in terms of
Okay.
tents is I'm seeing the people who've had this will be going into medical tents because there'll be so many people needing medical attention because they're pushing that thing so much. Is that they're gonna, and I feel like that they're going to. I feel like hearing it in Brisbane. I feel like they've already started doing things in Brisbane to try and get the counteract of this procedure. So I see that. And other camps coming around, I feel like it's going to be something like that. But if that changes, if I see something different, I will let you know. Robin?
Now, internment generally means that the people who disobey will be herded into a camp until they learn to obey, which is, I feel that the government here would love to do that to people who don't follow what they want. But I feel that if governments start doing that, people will revolt. It doesn't matter what country you're in, but if they start to intern people who disagree with governments, especially in democratic countries, then they'll have mass problems on their hands. I don't doubt for a moment that some governments will attempt to do that and call it something else, but I don't feel that it would last very long if they try that.
Okay, so we've got do time travels exist? So this is where I think I'm a bit more. My Mercury and my Moon is in Capricorn. Actually, no, I think my Mercury is in Aquarius. Actually, my Mercury is in Aquarius, and my mind's, I think, very differently of people. But in saying that, I don't think that they exist. To me, I don't believe that we can time travel just yet. Maybe in the future, who knows? I would love to be able to do it. But I believe that we're all on a path of destiny, and we've all signed a contract before we come here, and this has all been planned. Even what we're going through now, so I said to everyone, all my clients, there is no wrong decision that we make because we've already agreed to this. And what I've been told from my guides is that there's a plan. They've already planned this universe. And they have planned the start and they've planned the ending. And there's other universes where the same sort of thing. It's like they're trialing. So we're going on to this, we're agreeing on this path, and we're meant to be here at this time for our soul to learn different things. So that's what I believe, and that's what I feel. What about you, Robin?
Danielle and I differ on some things.
We differ a lot on some things,
I believe it's possible.
because I am more like in sort of the reality, and I'm all just like, no, and I'm very fixed. I'm very stubborn. I won't change from
That doesn't mean we don't love each other. It's just sometimes we don't agree on some things. I believe it's possible. I don't know whether it exists or not, but I do know that we can astral travel. If that's time traveling, then yes, that exists. But as for traveling through different centuries, I would say anything's possible, but I can't say that I've come across anyone who I believe comes from a different time.
Okay.
That's probably, I don't know. I believe that anything's possible, no matter.
Yeah.
It's sort of hard to describe. Like I also believe that sometimes angels show up.
I believe in angels. Yeah, I believe
that sort of thing.
So for me, I have to experience it or see it to believe it. So I know my astrology works because I read the charts and I can see how. Even now, but astrology, if you know astrology, you'll understand what's happening with the world now. You will understand.
It's a complicated question, so you could answer it probably in 100 different ways, I feel. But yes, it's possible. just depends on what your definition of time traveler is, I feel.
Yeah. Okay. To me, that's just the time in going fast. Yeah. But anyway, okay. So we've got, do you see the Western world having more children? Okay. Unfortunately, these people are all running out to get this thing. And I really believe that that's also going to make people having less children. Because they are wanting to depopulate the world. That's their game. That's their agenda. But I also feel like with this thing that they're doing, they also want to build a generation of people who don't think, where they can easily manipulate to as well. So, but in saying that, I do see the population of the world going down. So I do feel like it's going to be hard for people to have children, especially if you have had that thing in the arm. I feel like, but at the same time, it's also a money maker thing too, because with, you know, when you got IVF, you're going to be paying like the government. Like for us, we have our medical system is run by our government. We have private health insurance, and then you got Medicare, which our government pays for. So a lot of our stuff, our government pays for us. So we're quite lucky in that regard. But Medicare IVF is not paid for by the government.
Yeah, it is here in Australia. It's subsidised by the Australian government.
But you still got to pay money though.
Beg your pardon?
You've got to pay money for it though. So I'm saying it's a money maker. You got to pay money for it.
But it's still heavily subsidised by the Australian government.
Yeah, depending on what program you go on. Depending on what program you go on. Because I know people who have paid thousands and thousands of money.
Yeah, but currently they subsidise it.
Yeah, but it depends on the program too.
Okay.
So in saying that, I do see the population of the world going down for a little bit, and just also because what I see what's coming up in the future, it's going to be like, you know, we had the baby boomers, and they're saying baby boomers, they want them to, you know, it's not very cool what they're saying about baby boomers. So I'm going to say there's going to be more people having to get help from IVF to have children. So unfortunately, I do see the population going down, not up. And there's going to be more trouble with people having children. They will have children, but there'll be more problems in having children, especially if they have had this as well. And I feel like even their children might have problems of the result, possibly, of that too. Robin, what do you get?
I find that question a little confusing. I find the answer to that question a little confusing. People are already having less children, but I feel that with the I just feel total confusion around that.
Okay.
I think it's possible to have more children, but
so I think
actually having less children.
We're looking at, so if you're looking at this, you want to connect to the world population. So she's asking you in Western countries, right, where we're free to have as many children as we want to have. She's saying, will we have like, as at the moment now, especially pre-jab, you know, but we're having kids, we're having families. But she's asking us now, because there's a thing about depopulating the world. Do you feel that's going to succeed, or do you feel like that no, it's not going to succeed? People are still going to be having children. That's the question. That's what you're tuning into. If you can't get anything, it's okay.
No, just like I'm just getting confusion.
That's okay.
I'm getting yes and no, which is not really a good answer.
That's okay. So William here has got a question too. Tourism is a big economic driver of our region. Do you see people again? Look, I do. And as I said, I do see the more protection for your animals, and there's going to be more there. And I feel like in years to come, that it's going to be a very safe region to travel to. And I feel like people are going to go there for experiences with animals and be able to, you know, have really wonderful holidays and trips there. So I do feel like that is going to happen, but I feel like I'm looking more, we're going way more in the future. So I feel like I'm going mid 2026 and going into 2030. So I feel like your country needs to go through a few more steps yet for this to happen. Once they all realize that they need to protect every country has their tourism aspect of what they need to preserve to bring all people in. And your country, or Africa, has really good rainforests and has good you know, the animals, the African safari. And that's what you need to preserve and protect, and people to come in. And it will happen, but just not right now. But it will happen. And even your culture, I feel like it's going to be a big drawing card for tourism as well. You guys will come back together. It will come back together again. It will be, you are going to go in an age of more of a humanitarianness about it. You're just going to have to wait a while yet because of the powers that be at the moment. Robin?
Yeah, I was just looking at it. It appears that South Africa's open for tourism, but because of the different variants in the virus, a lot of countries have said it's not a good place to travel at the moment. I feel that next year there'll be some vastly different news about the virus, and South Africa will be a place to visit. The whole South African region. I feel that, yeah, I feel it will definitely be open to tourism next year, and early next year. I feel there will be a dramatic change on people's attitudes. Beg your pardon?
Next year?
Sorry?
Next year?
Next year.
Yeah, you really?
It's already open for travel.
Go by what you feel, not by what you know. Go by what you feel.
No, it's open for travel. It's just that other countries are recommending not to go there because South Africa supposedly has a variant of the virus that is highly infectious.
Okay.
So other regions like the UK, the US are recommending travel to South Africa only if it's essential. So I'm feeling that there's going to be some news regarding the virus in South Africa, which will change the advice given by other countries towards travelling to South Africa. In other words, tourism will be vastly different next year for South Africa because of the news regarding the infectiousness of the current virus.
See, I'm going to say next year the virus is the so-called virus is gone. I mean, as I said before, I don't believe that it exists. I really don't believe in it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But in terms of tourism, I don't feel like what I'm seeing with South Africa, I don't feel like that's going to happen until like a long time away. The unity and the protection of the animals. They protect the, and it brings.
Yeah, but you can travel there now. It's just advised not to.
Okay.
It's not banned.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't travel anywhere because we're banned from going everywhere.
Well, we were going to New Zealand. Or you can go to New Zealand. Other states can go to New Zealand, I think. It's just
no, you can't. No, I've got a friend who's stuck there.
Oh, okay.
He can't get out.
Well, he's a corporate. No, if you're corporate, you can go. If you're in a corporate company, your business, you can travel.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think is going to happen with oil in the world? Well, there's already so much oil in the world before you know it's not going to be great. Okay, so let's have a look. Look, I mean, and every part of the country gets their oil from different things. So I think we get our oil from a different part of the world over here. So when like America had the shortage, like this year, we didn't have a shortage because I think we get our oil from a different part of the world. So for here, but I am drawn to the Middle East for this question, and I do feel like it's going to be heavily protected. There is going to go. I feel like they are going to go up. Prices will go up, and I feel like next year is when this is going to happen. Eventually, there will be an alternate use for driving our cars. I don't feel like we're going to be using petrol and that forever. I feel like there's an alternative. What I'm seeing, you know, like remember Back to the Future when the car used to run on garbage, like it'd run on like banana peels and just garbage. They'd always put the trash can in the car to make it work. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be using garbage for our car, or maybe we are. Maybe that's what I'm going to see. We are going to be using that. But what that means to me is that we are going to have an alternate way of servicing our cars. I don't feel like the whole electric power cars is going to take off. I mean, it might, but I just something about it with me. I'm like, is it going to? I'm a bit iffy about that one. But definitely they'll find another source of power, like lithium, maybe the battery, like some other source will happen, and that will take over eventually to the oil, because I feel like the oil supply eventually will run out. You've only got so much oil there before, you know, like you don't think it is, well, you don't think it will run out.
We have massive oil supplies in Australia. They're just not used.
Yeah, but there's only so much oil in the world.
Enough for 500 years at least.
But still, I do see an alternate thing happening because some parts.
Oh yeah, no, but we just don't use them. They're there if they ever choose to use it. But
I don't think they will here.
no, they've been, what's the word, plugged up. But they are available. But I feel there's going to be an alternative to oil. Oil may be used for something, but it won't be used for cars in the long run.
Yeah.
Not the way it is now. And along with coal and all the other highly polluting, what's the word, natural resources, it has to change, otherwise we won't have a planet left.
Well, that will happen in a long time though. But upon that, well, I really believe that our planet is what it's doing. I don't believe in climate change. I believe that the planet it does this, and we're going into an ice age. That's why they stopped calling it global warming. They stopped saying that because it's not global warming. We're going into an ice age, and it's the world regenerating. So that won't happen in our time though. That will happen in years to come, and you can't. I don't feel like you can't stop change of natural change anyway. Okay, what's this? Okay, so we just got here in Botswana. One of our ministers, Anna, was accused of fleeing from the late estate, which she came through on this occasion as it was political driven. Because I'm saying there's a lot of things going on there in your political power. Like there's like money. Whoever has the highest money seems to be, taking like having control of what happens there. And once they sort of stand up and they have leaders and that who are more equal and for the people, things will change and it will happen. Everything happens in a cycle, but don't forget the bad things. Everything has its lifespan and it changes. Nothing stays the same forever. Oh, hang on, wait, we got hi ladies, may I ask a question? When you see my husband I finding a house to move in. Okay, then we'll go back to Michelle. Quickly, Michelle's just got here. I was wondering if the babies, because the pandemic in Western world want to have more children right now. In the Western world, the demographics is I feel like because of this, what they're doing to people, and they're pushing that in all the Western countries, it's gonna cause major harm to that. Okay, so when you're going to buy a house, look, I feel like possibly next year is when you're going to be buying a house. At the moment you're searching, or you haven't found what you're looking for just yet, because that's what I feel like. You're looking, but you haven't really found what you're looking for. I feel like a house, but this house is quite a bit narrow, but it's on an open space. So I feel like maybe you're buying land, but I feel like I'm further out. I don't know which part, if you're from Sydney or you're from which part of the world you're from. Or perhaps you are from Sydney. I feel like you're in Australia. I feel like you're here with us somewhere. Because what I'm seeing, I feel like you're going to go out. So I feel like there's land where you're buying, and it's this house on land that you're getting as well. It's going to be out from the city or wherever you are. But I feel like next year is where you're going to go and buy this. This at the moment, there's frustration there at the moment with you and your husband about this situation as well, and just feeling very, very tired and very drained by this as well. But it will happen for you. You need to believe it. I do feel like there's a windfall of money coming in for you, which is also going to help you with this decision. But I do see you buying something. Try not to feel let down, because I do feel like you are going to get that in the end. Just when it's time I'm going to say just watch contracts. Watch the signing of your contracts. I feel like there's going to be something about a clause in there that you're going to have. Be careful any loopholes with things. Okay. Robin, what do you get?
No, I'll just leave that one.
Oh, you don't want to answer that question?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I don't see things. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So hang on, I'll go back to Michelle's question. Okay, so we just got, yes, so true, be closer with my partner. I mean, oh, you're in Brisbane. So hi. Yeah, I see you moving out. So I feel like you're not really in the city there. You're moving it out more out because I feel there's more land that you're gonna be on. Okay. Yes, lots of frustration. Yeah, don't worry. I'm hearing next year, and I'm gonna say by I got June, but March as well. So those 2 months are setting out to me for you. Okay. So here from Michelle, we're going to wrap this up soon because I'm going to go on my daily walk soon that I do every day. Walk. What I tend to do every day. Okay. Do you see a civil war in the United States or with other countries? I've told this in my video before. I actually see World War III coming. And I feel like it's going to be with China. And I feel like China, Russia, and North Korea are going to team up and it's going to be against the world. I feel like it's already started happening. I really do. And just when you look up at different things, even in America, like no one realized, but they started doing that draft. And remember they're including that draft. And then now they're pulling out Afghanistan as well. They're doing it because they know what's coming. And I feel like it's all going to come out. That's before my other video. I feel like Biden's going to not last. I feel like either he's going to be taken out and somehow, whether it be assassinated or he just gets out of power, but there's someone controlling him. He's like it's like he is the puppet. There is someone controlling him, pulling the strings, and I feel like he does have ties with China. Once that all comes out, and once like even like that Fauci guy, once everything comes out about their links to China, and they're going to try and blame China, I feel like that, but it's already started. And I do feel like there is definitely something coming with that. But in saying that, civil war, I do feel like there could be maybe something coming up in America. Could be. There is a lot of war. I do see a lot of things going on in America, and it also is to do with this that election that happened last year because people aren't happy with what's happened there. Especially, it's just not right. So I do see a world war, a war internally in America. I feel like we're going to see more things like you saw last year in America with the riots and that. I feel like more of that's going to be coming up next year. And again, it's going to be over the political system over there in what's happened because people aren't happy and they want revenge and they want their, I guess, a leader that they actually chose to be in power, not one that they didn't choose. So I feel like that's coming from America. What do you see, Robin?
I say very similar to what you're saying, Danielle, but I also feel that there's going to be civil war in many countries because some of the governments are not allowing people their own independent thoughts, especially in so-called democracies. People are going to start rebelling. And, I mean, we saw those protests, for example, against the freedom in 181 cities in the planet. And, I mean, there are a lot of people who are not happy with the government decisions that have been made supposedly on their behalf without consultation. So I feel that there's going to be a lot of rebellion and a lot of, I mean, perhaps not actually wars, but there's going to be a lot of rebellion going on right across the planet while people say, right, I have a right to choose and how I live. The government just doesn't have the right to dictate.
Mm.
And I feel if that's civil war, then I feel that's going to be right across the planet until politicians realise that they're not God.
Mm. Yeah, but as I said, Pluto and Capricorn, governments are going to change the way that it's all coming up around. So Pluto and Capricorn, also financial systems too. That's why I say people get into crypto because that's not going away. And I feel like if people don't get into that somehow, you're going to be left behind. And you're going to be stuck. So I will say that too. That's what I feel. Okay, so we're over the hour now. If you are watching this video, please put comments down and we'll answer them in the next live that we have. Please subscribe to my channel. As I said, I've got Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. For more readings, I do more on TikTok. I am hoping to build that up so I can go live on TikTok too. And yes, any questions you got, please, as I said, put it down. We'll enter the next live. If about any countries or what's coming on. I'll do more of these lives on YouTube, different times. I think our next one probably will be more nighttime, maybe. What do you think, Robin?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just phased out there for a minute. I've had quite a few visitors around me.
Oh,
Yeah, are you talking about lives, etc.?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I need to clear my mind a little. This
Okay.
is a bit.
Okay.
I'm feeling that we need to do more lives.
Yeah.
I feel that I've got spirit coming through and saying, look, just help people. Keep on doing the lives. Keep on answering people's questions. We'll come through to help you and we'll support you. Not just for personal questions, but also questions relating to how you're living in particular countries and also what's going on worldwide. We're here to help you. We're here not to hinder you, and we're not here for our own personal opinions as such. It's everybody needs help at the moment, and everybody is struggling to know what's good and what isn't good. We've got messages coming at us left, right, and centre, and those messages sometimes need a bit of clarity. We're not here to voice our own personal opinions for the most part. Sure, we have personal opinions as well, but we're guided as to what we say. We're guided by spirit. We're guided by higher power, whichever you wish to refer it as. It's all about helping each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if it means we do lives more regularly, then that's what will happen.
If I can, it
Yeah.
depending.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If it means we do that, then that's
Just depends on my
what we'll be able to do. Yeah.
my timetable. Yeah, so also if you're in Australia, don't forget we are doing that Zoom platform for $25 a ticket to come in. Just message me and I'll start getting numbers and then get out details. First, before that will be on the 28th if that goes ahead. People in Australia more so, just easier for money if it's in Australia. Otherwise, I've got to do like paper invoices for you for outside Australia, and it's also 7:30 our time.
Sydney time. Yeah. Looks like Danielle has frozen. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you again soon. I'm sorry, but it appears that Danielle has lost her connection. Unfortunately, that's what happens with the internet sometime. And have a wonderful week. And thank you all for joining us today.
Oh wait, hang on. I'm still on. I'm on now. Wait. Hang on a minute. So sorry for it, guys. My internet just cut out. But we'll see you next time. So sorry for that. But yeah, please just subscribe to my channel and we'll see you next time. But my internet just cut out.